Welcome back to React University. I'm Corey.
And I'm Dana.
Today we're back with another episode of My Hero Academia.
Yes, we're watching Season 6, Episode 129, aka Episode 16, The Hellish Todoroki Family, Part 2.
Don't forget you can become a member of our Patreon, get the full reaction to this episode and many others. Right now, please support the channel. It means a lot to us.
Yep, and as always, don't forget to hit the notification bell right here after subscribing to our channel right here on YouTube. That way you'll always be the first to know whenever we drop anything new. And also don't forget to like, share, and comment on this episode.
And until next time. No. Classes in session. Let's do this.
Get up! You could. You're the worst patient!
He is.
Nothing you can do to help right now!
Todoroki's burned bad, and Mr. Aizawa has some serious injuries. But they'll both pull through.
Come on,
Everyone else has regained consciousness except
young Midoriya.
He's literally in a full body cast.
That bastard!
He tried to fly with his teeth, didn't he?
He dies, I'll kill him!
Or with black whip coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, I need this dude back.
Hope has arrived.
Yeah, he would have handled everybody all by himself. He'd have handled it all. That just show you just how much everyone put on his shoulders.
I saw heroes every day as a kid, but they didn't seem real, more like people in another reality.
I know you snuck into town.
His dad beat him.
I'm stupid that I wouldn't find out. What were you doing there? Who'd you talk to? Boy, if you sold me out.
My wings
Sold you
were
out.
tingly. I thought maybe something bad was happening. But then they went back to normal. I came straight home after that.
Stop lying to me! You speak to no one!
The TV is busted. Wait.
Is that
you're not
trash?
leaving.
Yeah, look like trash.
Maybe our crap would work if you found us some cash?
Apparently, my father once killed someone over an absurdly small amount of money. My mom let him hide out with her. I was born pretty soon after.
How many times do I have to tell you? Don't turn your back on me! Got it?
I'm sorry.
Shouldn't have relied on Tomi's useless quirk.
I can see why he...
Real problem is Tomi got knocked up. If that brat had never been born, I'd still be free.
Really?
My mother and father were broken souls.
Oh, gosh.
Hoping I wouldn't turn out the same way. I figured if I kept my head down when I grew up, I'd be free.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's probably why he pledged his whole commitment to the government. Because his parents were douchebags.
It was slow, and he got himself arrested by Endeavor.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, what the freak is this?
Fire guy?
In that instant, fiction became reality.
His hero, his dad, got.
Real.
Saved him.
Yeah.
Part
Kind
of
of.
my life.
They'll come. We can't stay here. They'll take us too.
Paranoia took my mother.
Or she's an extra set of eyeballs.
What's her ability? I'm curious.
I tried to make sure we did things right.
Keigo, do what you have to. Just get us money. You're your daddy's son. If you can't do this, I don't know why you were born.
Oh my gosh.
If I used fierce wings, it'd be easy to steal wallets and purses. I couldn't.
It's Tomi Takumi, right? And your son is named Keigo? If you accept our proposal, I can assure you that will happen. You won't want for anything.
Give up all connections.
You're going to complete an exclusive program that will turn you into a special hero. How's that sound? The training will be tough, though.
Will I become a hero like him? I mean, like he did when he saved my life.
Hawks. Hello?
I'm now replaying all his interactions with Endeavor through the lens of him.
Right. Batmobile?
Crazy doctor got his eyes on you. It worked out in the end.
Like, did they
You
put him
looked
in a
like
coma?
corpse when I brought you to Dobby. He even had your identity verified. If it wasn't
So
your
they-
real body, we'd both be dead. So they could use you whenever the perfect time came. For a while, you slept in suspended animation.
Hang on.
What was that?
Some loose threads.
Some loose threads.
Glutton God and his gang are taking
Glutton
over this whole
God.
district.
Ew.
Kinda
Ew.
name.
Fiber Fiber fire!
Excuse this
Slick.
flamboyant capture. My body's still on the mend.
Thank you so much for saving us.
Excuse this flamboyant capture.
My body.
Still on the mend.
She skipped town.
Dear Keigo, please forgive me.
His mom.
Keigo Takami!
Dobby must have tracked her down. I abandoned her instead of saving her, even though I wanted to help people.
Will I make people smile? I mean, like he did when he saved my life?
This is my fault, the result of my mistakes. I
He
actually
was
feel
a
relieved, though.
child.
As relieved as I can be right now.
My mother relented and took me shopping to shut me up.
He's good enough, right? All Might's too expensive.
A person's true nature comes to light whenever they're cornered. Or whenever they get a taste of real freedom. Yes. I want to do what's right. I've got to face my origin by helping Endeavor. He's in trouble.
He feels like he has to pay him back.
Maybe.
Still, the story scared people. Looking back,
Let's grab some food and then hit the registers. We can take whatever we want.
We don't need pros!
Yeah, from now on,
We protect ourselves!
All right. Wash.
The seeds of
Wash. What kind of hero?
I know.
More like washed up. I'm sorry.
Where were you?
Like a Pokemon?
You so long.
Wash.
Called him a porcupine?
This was
A
our
Pokemon.
We were minding
Oh.
our own business.
Considering our failures, I have no choice but to fall on my sword.
most were moderately.
Not literally, though, right? Yeah.
Your solution is to resign when we need help?
We're responsible for this.
It's like he
The number
can't
9
win.
hero, Yoroi Musha, retired. Heroes have begun resigning
3?
in droves. For so long, we took peace for granted. And now,
That new
we have
Deku.
to ask ourselves, what does it mean to be a hero?
That's gotta be Stain. See?
Right. I thought he had like a. Didn't he,
He
have
did,
like
but
a.
it caused him to pass out. He went in. I think he went in a coma, but he went dead.
Please
It's
know
not a
I'm
mushroom.
rooting for you.
What is that? Bro, you in the wrong reality, bro. You supposed to be. Where's Mario?
People were literally like, "Where are you? Speak to us." He's like in surgery.
All right.
Come and dance with me in hell, won't you? Snap out of it! Please! We'll deal with this later!
My child was going to die in front of me. I froze. Genus showed that
No, genius. Bro, your neck, bro.
He was trying to figure out what was going on.
everything I did in the past.
So was he training on his own? So he was rejected and then took it personally and then went and burned himself?
Yeah.
I can't fight my own
No.
son.
See his dad crying.
Screamed his neck.
Are you crying? What the hell, Dad?
Sorry for everything.
You can be a human.
My heart is breaking.
What's
No.
this about your heart?
He's about to push him over the edge.
Yeah, about to set him off.
What are you doing here?
I came to talk to you. And about Toya.
Okay, how misleading to title this the Hellish Todoroki
They just
Family.
were getting into the story.
We just now started
They said
it.
part 2.
What?
I thought we were about to get into the family story.
Yeah, I was like,
at
okay,
the
I'm
end.
ready to dive in.
Man.
And, so misleading.
It's not at the end. Just want to make sure.
Oh my gosh.
Dang it. Alright, so what we realize is
Hawks,
his story. So we got a little bit of Hawk's story. It makes sense for Hawk that he would dedicate his life to the cause because he basically felt saved
by a hero.
Yeah, by a hero. And obviously he'll do whatever he can to help others because he know what it feels like to be someone who needs help. And so that's why it's interesting that he actually fell in love with Endeavor for a number of different reasons.
One of which was putting his dad away.
Well, the first was the reason because his mom literally didn't have enough money for All Might, so she bought him Endeavor because All Might was too expensive.
Second best.
So
price point.
So you should just get this one. And then so he carried that around, and then at the same time for that to become alive to him because it saved him. Endeavor saved him, from his dad. Really made that come alive to him.
Yeah.
And then fast forwarding further, I don't think not too much longer, for the agency to show up and say, "Hey, your son is very talented. Let's pay you." And I thought it was going to be like a one time. Here's a check. Do what you want. If you want to ruin your life.
I think he said you guys will be set for life. Didn't they say that?
I mean, I guess at that point, yeah. I thought.
Well, I would think too. They said
if somebody gave you like $10 million, you technically set for life. But if you know how to manage it, right?
But I also think it makes sense because they said to her that she needed to disassociate completely from him. So if you give somebody that lump sum of money, what's to stop them from coming back?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think it's in their best.
No, man. It's smart.
To be like,
it's smart.
We'll give you a little bit more. You've been quiet, right?
Right.
All right. Here you go. Here's some more.
Right. Every year you get a pay raise based off of you being quiet.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, that's pretty good. We learned a little bit more about Genus and about his story.
Yeah, like the fact that they actually
up?
not that they got chopped up, but they worked with doctors to put him in like a comatose type of state, where it took like medical intervention to get him there,
right.
which explains why it was convincing enough.
Right.
And then they put him in suspended animation like the Nomu,
right,
and like Shigaraki was, which is kind of cool. Also, kind of like that's a big gamble.
Right.
Like you're really hoping that like
it paid off.
Yeah, it definitely paid off. I was gonna go back and say I thought it was interesting. Hawks at the end, him thinking like, I get the part about needing to face his family, but that he kind of blamed himself for not trying to help his mom. And I find that interesting because, you know, I feel like as a kid, seeing the conditions he was living in, and it's like,
right.
It's not like, unfortunately, a lot of times there are kids that are in traumatic situations and then they have the burden of being the parent, right? What happened when the dad got arrested? The mom was like, you need to help us figure out what to do. What do I do? What do we do?
Right.
Like you're asking your kid that question.
Yeah. At the time he looked like he was like 6 years old.
Little, you know, like he shouldn't have had to bear that burden, especially, you know. So for him to kind of want to escape and kind of be relieved to have the resources to be good.
Right.
I can see why that would be a sense of relief and not want to look back. But, you know, I think it's kind of I guess, for lack of a better term, heroic to at the end realize like, hey, I guess I haven't really faced some childhood trauma, and
Right.
that I wanted to run from it and avoid it when I could have, in my desire to be helpful, that could have extended to my own.
And he
family.
realized at that point as well, not only did he need to, I'm thinking he's going to go try to, figure out who his mom is or fall off with his mom. But also he said, like, it is his mission to help Endeavor.
I love that.
That's really good.
I also, like, I'm thinking now about, remember when All Might first retired and they had that new, like, ranking session and Endeavor got bumped. And then Hawk shows up and he's like just
being a brat,
and we're like, what is his angle? Like,
Right.
do you remember that? And
Right.
But now it kind of makes so much more sense if he's kind of like doing things undercover,
Right.
and then also his interaction to be like, oh, let me take you to the city, and he's kind of watching Endeavor, and he's like, let me see how you do with the fight with the Nobu.
Right.
And then he's like, I remember him saying silently, like, I'm rooting for you, Endeavor, like,
Right.
in his head. But now it kind of brings
Yeah.
it full circle, like, aw.
You can.
you know?
There's context there.
There's context to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool to see.
He's not just simply saying, I'm rooting for you, Endeavor, because he's wanting Endeavor to be great. But
Yeah.
literally, he admires Endeavor more than anything else.
Yeah. And I feel for it. I'm so excited and curious to see how this is going to play out. I do feel for Endeavor because obviously we know, like, I'm sure we're going to dive into exactly how bad things are. Like, we know things are bad.
Endeavor
But-
is crying.
Yeah, but I guess
Shut up!
I have compassion for someone that realizes, like, I have made a terrible mistake.
Right.
And I'm in the position now where I'm willing to
He's
make
paying for
amends.
it.
And then you look and you're like the multitude of my sins are catching up with me, and
Right.
like I can never like
Not only
fix
does
all
he,
the pieces.
not only
That's
does he want to
overwhelming.
make amends, he's literally paying for it. Because there's some
Yeah.
people who don't want to make amends and they're paying for the consequences. He
Yeah.
at least for the audience, us witnessing it, you can see that earlier on, he, season 5, he can see him taking that step of like, all for one is no longer going to, one for all is no longer here, All Might.
Mhm.
And I need to fill this role of being the number one hero. And I need to take not what All Might was, but what does that mean to me?
Yeah.
And then that caused him to do a little bit of reflection on his own life and then realize what he'd done to his family. Until he tried to make amends, he was starting to build that process, was trying to make amends then.
Yeah.
So that when this thing come left field, like his, Toga show up and say, like, Dad, I'm here to basically cause you hell. Because it seems like, I think you picked this up. It seems like after Endeavor realized he, Toga didn't have what it takes, he probably... Toya.
Yeah.
Toya didn't have what it takes. He kind of like abandoned him. And then he tried to work extra hard to basically fill his dad's wishes. And at that point caused him to die. That's why he had like that I am where I am today because of you. I try to meet your expectation and it cost me.
And you rejected me.
Yeah.
And then it literally cost me everything.
It definitely caused him to have a mental break as well.
Yeah. I'm so curious to see more. Also, I want to give a shout out to I'm pretty sure it's one of our followers who commented and kind of gave a lot of backgrounds about
from the manga.
Yeah,
because I have not read the manga.
Yeah,
I have no
haven't
idea.
either. So
come in completely blind.
Yeah, so thank you for that. That was helpful to us. We
You
always
wrote a book. We appreciate the book. Though.
We do, and
It was a lot.
we read every single one of the comments. So thank you.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm gonna give this episode another 7.5. Thought it was really good. Good episode.
I'm gonna give this one I'm gonna give this one a...
I'm actually gonna give this episode an 8. There's a lot of revelation that took place here, so I'm gonna give this an 8. I'm gonna take it up a little bit.
Gonna give this one an 8.2.
5, 7, 6.
No, just 8.2.
8.2. So 8 for me, 8.2 for her. What is your score? What would you give it? Comment below, let us know.
Yes, and also don't forget to like and share this video so that others can see it. And also don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell as always.
And don't forget to become a member of our Patreon. Get the full reaction to this episode and many others right now on the Patreon page. Really appreciate it. Go support. And until next time,
bye.